Today I want to talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder and why I think they could be primed for the most exciting offseason in the NBA. You don't want to overlook this team. But first, we've got the NBA Finals starting up in just a couple of days. I want to hit you with my X factors for both sides of the series, starting with the Dallas Mavericks, the team that I'm hoping, fingers crossed, finds a way to get the job done and get the win. It's a little bit ironic because you've got Luka, you've got Kyrie, you made big trades at the trade deadline. You got guys like Daniel Gafford, you got PJ Washington. You've got incredible talent on this team, but it's Derrick Jones Jr., the guy who is on a veteran minimum contract, was an afterthought with a number of teams, but he's going to be tasked with defending Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown for stints, and his ability to continue to shoot the three well, especially that corner three. That's going to be critical for the Mavs in this series because you know the Celtics are going to try to turn him into a shooter. So I think Derrick Jones Jr. having a big series for the Mavs, that would go a long way towards getting a win. On the other side of the series, looking at the Boston Celtics, I hesitate to even call him an X factor here because he's been so good over the course of his long career. He's already helped the Bucks win a championship, but Jrue Holiday is going to be critical for the Celtics here. He's a point of attack defender, defending Luka. He's going to spend time defending Kyrie as well. Derek White will also be in this role. But if Jrue Holiday has a big series, the Celtics are going to be really tough to stop. Look, when I look at the math here, if Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown can at least draw even with Luka and Kyrie, I think the other guys on the Celtics have the edge over the other guys on the Mavs. So ultimately, it's going to come down to Luka. He's got to be by far the best player in the series, and I think Kyrie needs to be at worst the third best player in the series if the Mavs are going to get the win. But I said I wanted to talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder. Let's get into that. If you agree with my thoughts on the finals, disagree, let me know in the comment section down below. The Oklahoma City Thunder did incredible things this past season, and I think we aren't giving them enough respect. I think people don't fully understand what this team just did. A lot of people picked the Thunder going into the season to be the team that was going to make a big leap in the Western Conference, but nobody was predicting they were going to be this good. The 1 seed in the West. They had the best point differential in the conference. And yes, look, there were teams targeting them in the playoffs, hoping to land them. My Lakers were hoping to land the Oklahoma City Thunder in the playoffs, seeing them as the easier out compared to some of the veteran teams in the Western Conference. But you know what? That was only a matter of experience. This Thunder team, now they've got that experience. I think they're going to be a big problem in the West for years to come. Look at what they've got right now. You've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is an MVP candidate, just 25 years old, and he is beyond belief. Absolutely incredible. Then you've got Lou Dort, also 25 years old, and he's a perfect backcourt companion to SGA, the rough and tumble type player, can knock in a three when they need him, can defend some of the best players in the NBA. Chet Holmgren, let's face it, in a non-Wemby year, Chet is winning Rookie of the Year, no question. He was absolutely phenomenal. And I think Wemby is actually part of why the Thunder aren't getting enough respect right now around the NBA, because people just assume, oh, the future, it belongs to Wemby. No, the Thunder are going to have a lot to say about that. They also have Jalen Williams, who at 23 years old, averaged 19, 4, and 5. Unreal stuff. This is the kind of young talent that teams are dying to find. And get this, it doesn't stop there. Not only do the Thunder have this kind of young talent, but they also have plenty of draft capital to make any kind of a move, and they have cap space this summer to spend. Now, you notice there's a name that I didn't mention. Josh Giddey got played off the floor quite a bit due to his lack of shooting ability in the postseason. Teams were ignoring him on the defensive side of the ball. Maybe he's a guy that they part ways with this summer, but that core, Jalen Williams, Chet, Lou Dort, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that is going to be a really tough group to deal with into the future. And then you look at the cap space. They've got over $30 million in cap space. In a pinch, if they really needed to, let's say Paul George wants to come be the veteran that would fit in perfectly with this Thunder team. If he decided to leave the Clippers, I'm sure they could clear the salary room to make something like that happen. But it doesn't even need to be a big fish like that. If the Thunder go find a competent 3-and-D wing player out there on the market, not easy to find, by the way. I think there's going to be a lot of clubs looking for guys like that. But imagine if the Thunder throw the kitchen sink at the Utah Jazz and they add Lauri Markkanen to this mix. And here's the thing, names like that are not out of the question when you've got the kind of future draft capital that the Thunder have and you've got the flexibility that the cap space that they've got offers. There are no guarantees in the NBA. We've seen teams that we thought would be really good for years down the road, and then they never get back to that level. In fact, the 2012 Thunder are a cautionary tale of how you can't take it for granted, even with a young side, that they're going to have the ability to win consistently year in, year out. They made it to the finals, they lost, they never made their way back, and everybody thought they were going to be a perennial contender. But you look at this group, you look at the potential that they've got right now, the pieces they already have, and the ability to make the big swing this summer, all the draft capital they've got. And it's got to happen this summer or next summer, because eventually these guys that are on rookie contracts, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, these guys are going to need to get paid. So there is pressure now for the Thunder, not just to continue to exceed, but to find a way to truly break through and to make the big move and get the piece that's going to put them over the top. I think there's a number of teams to watch in both free agency and the trade market this summer, but nobody's got the combination of draft capital plus future assets the way that the Oklahoma City Thunder do, whether it's a combination of picks and young players that they want to put into a move. If they identify the target that they want, they've got the pieces to go get it done, land that player, and potentially be a big, big problem in the West for a long time. Don't get me wrong, Wemby is going to be great, and I don't know how teams are going to deal with him as he continues to get better. But the Oklahoma City Thunder have the pieces to become a dynasty in an NBA that has done everything they can to stop them from forming. Everybody give me your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you as high on the Oklahoma City Thunder as I am? Don't forget to subscribe, turn on those notifications as well. Till next time, see ya and stay safe.